Alright, guys, so real quick, I just want to show you how I made a remake of Saint Tropez by Post Malone and Louis Bell as the producer. I think it's either Saint Tropez or Saint Tropez. I don't know. It's a nice beat, though. Alright, so that's the loop right there. I had the original making of all this. Now you see the finished product, but OBS crashed, so I'm gonna go from finish to start. We'll just kind of walk through each track. So this right here is a Nexus, and it's this bass wobble 16th that you'll find in the bass section. So I came down here, kept that as it was for the stock, turned the cutoff up a little bit, brought the master cutoff down, went in here to effects and added a degrader so you can hear, and distortion, so you can hear what it sounds like without either one of those. Not too much difference, but enough to notice. And then I added some reverb, but cut the lows out. Okay, so that's that. And then I also came in here and added this little automation because you can hear that the cutoff dips on the second 4 bars of the loop. It's either the cutoff or the volume, but either way it gets quieter and comes back up. So there's the automation. Okay, moving on to the 2 Plucks sounds. This right here is called Ethnic Minority. It's a Plucks sound in Nexus. So I came in here, I found that. So this is what it sounds like before putting on the attack I did. So I put the envelope up some, brought the cutoff way down, brought the attack all the way down, and decay down some. And you can hear it like this. Then I oh, hang on a second. Yeah. Alright, so these are the chords. It's in the scale of A minor. So you got the 4 of the C major, the relative major scale. 1, 5, 4, 1, 5 in varying variation, or just in variations of 2 notes from the chord. Okay, so back to the sound design. So you come in here and you'll go into effects, and I added distortion and a ton of reverb over here. Cut the lows out, cut some of the highs out, and just really am drowning it in reverb. Now I have some distortion here. Without it, it sounds like this. With it, it sounds like this. Okay, the second sound is another pluck in Nexus. Again, same modification to the filter. Crank the reverb. Actually bring the Nexus reverb down because I added a second reverb. And then I filtered it out. So that's what all of those are doing. Now for the drums, I just found an 808, played this pattern. I'm not positive it's the exact pattern, but it's close enough. And I know that's wrong. It's supposed to be a C. I'm going to leave that how I had it. Okay. So then coming into here, when you load up your 808 inside of Sampler, there's some important things you need to do. First of all, I like to crank the volume. We'll deal with that distortion later. Set the mode to mono. Put key trigger off. And then set polyphony to mono so it cuts itself, which means that anytime the key is pressed again, it won't overlap the last note. It'll cut it off and do a new 808 trigger. So, and then also I think this one's the master volume, but just really pull that release out so it rings out. Okay, so come out of here. Always add a tuner just to make sure you're actually playing the correct pitch. And honestly, if you look at that, I could probably stand to do some tweaking on the fine pitch of this. Let's see what difference that makes. Yeah. Yep, cool. Okay, then add some overdrive. Just basic settings here. Then go into a compressor, and don't worry too much about any of these settings. Just go to Studio VCA, put on soft distortion for a soft clip sound, add some makeup gain to really drive it, and then bring this down to a comfortable level. Without it, and then cut some highs as you would like to. So I cut those highs out. Okay, come on down here to hi-hat. Draw in a pattern here. So I'll show you some cool tricks for this. So hold Option to zoom in. Just click the area. And then, so when you're drawing this stuff, hold Command to bring the pencil up. So if you want to do a quick skip like I did over here, draw a long note. You can hold Control and Command to lower the velocity. But switch to the cut tool with T and then I, and then hold Option while you cut it, and it'll cut it in even slices. So watch this. This right here is going to turn into a quick skip. Now, I don't need any of those, but that's basically how I drew his pattern. And I'm actually going to pitch these higher just for some variation. Okay, so you got those. Just a basic clap here. I kept it short so you can see it really just rings out for like, what is that? An eighth note? Yeah. I think maybe longer than that. I don't know. But I kept it pretty short since I didn't want too much tail on it. But I also did add some subtle reverb here. Brought the time down to 102. It's the default setting that comes up. And just drag the wet down to 28. With it. Without it. So it just helps it blend some. Took a crash, pretty straightforward. Dragged the fade out. Got the open hi-hat here to just kind of add that little